What's up, everybody? And I am back, Rob4Games, with another review. This is the spoiler version of the Force Awakens movie review. If you have not seen Force Awakens yet, stop. Don't do anything. Go watch the other video first that tells you to go watch the movie. Then watch the movie, come back, and then watch this video. Alright? Because I want to go into some details, make people cry. Don't want that. That being said, let's hop right into it. In the old video, I mentioned what I thought about the movie in general. Must see, top 3 or 4, great everything. But now let's go into details. So the first topic we will discuss is, are the iconic or the new characters live up to the iconic characters' shadows? So what I mean by that is, does Rey, does Finn, does Poe live up to Luke, Han, and Leia? It's tough. I think Finn has it in him. I think as John Boyega plays Finn, Finn is definitely, in my opinion, gonna live up to it. He gives you the personality. He's very human in his character and how he stars. And even though we still don't exactly know much about him, about why, about how he, I mean, he talked about briefly in the movie how he got abducted and got trained to be a stormtrooper and everything, but not that much. But the way he portrays himself is very natural in his character as a scared person, or as that natural reaction, which is good. I like it. He could definitely live up to the hype as being someone that you can get behind and cheer for. My gripes with Finn is the scene, again, spoiler, the scene where Finn is fighting Kylo Ren lightsaber battle. He just picked up the lightsaber. Like not that too long ago. I'm pretty sure, don't you need training to use a lightsaber? He was holding his own against Kylo decently. It's had me a bit like, Sith dude that just picked up a lightsaber. I know he's stormtrooper trained, but come on now. Really? Really? Rey. Rey is the one I'm kind of mixed on, because we don't know much about Rey. We don't know where she came from. We don't know why she's on Jakku. We know that she got left by apparently her parents or somebody, and she's been waiting for them. But A, how does she know everything about every machine in the world? And she's, oh hey, if it's the Falcon, let me just pilot. Like, she just picks up how to fly the Falcon like nothing. I mean, I'm not, how? And of course, as we saw, she is the one that has the Force Awakens. She becomes Force sensitive and pretty powerful in that. My speculation, again, spoiler. Maybe Luke's son? Maybe? I mean, Luke's daughter? Possibly. At the end of the movie, when they look at each other, could be a father-daughter connection? The way she hugs Leia? Who knows? Poe. I'm not sure if you count Poe as being one of the new iconic characters, nor do we know how much of an impact Poe will have in the movie, in the series, in the trilogy. I would say, to me, Poe reminds me of Wedge Antilles, as in someone who's cool, is a hotshot pilot, and good guy, quick with the comeback and everything. Is he going to make a lasting impact, though? It's tough, because especially because he's known for being a pilot. He's more of an in the ship. He could be like a Lando, or someone that has their fame in the big space battles. Let Finn and Rey handle the ground stuff, and let Poe handle up there. I would like to maybe see Poe get a little bit grittier in his way that he acts. Possibly. Who knows? But now let's go on to the last character that I did not mention, but needs to be talked about, and that is Kylo Ren, also known as Ben Solo. Yes, Solo. Spoiler: Kylo Ren is Han Solo's son, Han and Leia's son, to be precise. Now, how do we go about this? They don't make the reveal that epic, to be honest. It was more like, oh, Han Solo is your father, and I can see it. We still need to see a lot about what made Kylo Ren Kylo Ren, because he turned to the dark side apparently after some Luke Skywalker training, or Leia sent him away for training, and then he just got corrupted by Supreme Leader Snoke. So we gotta see how that happens. And spoiler. The scene on the bridge when Kylo Ren kills Han Solo could have been less dragged out. It was too dragged out to the point where it wasn't a shock factor that he was going to kill Solo. It wasn't. I think everybody knew that when they saw Solo go on that bridge, he wasn't coming back. Everybody knew that. So, it's sad to see an iconic character die, but it was worth it, I think. Because I don't think Harrison Ford could have put up for 8 and 9, especially with everything he does. So now let's talk about bringing the old into the new. What I mean by this is how do we manage the time skip jump in the movie, which is about 30 years. Han and Chewbacca do the best since they have the most part in the movie. Leia just has aged a lot, in my opinion. Nothing against Carrie Fisher, but Leia looks pretty out there, and she's still the general of the Resistance, which is all right, and everything's good. There's some little tidbits of sprinkles in there as well. We have Admiral Akbar. Still, this is a trap. Even though he doesn't say it, he should have. That would have been funny as hell. Nia Num made a little cameo. But we got some iconic characters sprinkled in there. And Leia, you see Leia's been through stuff. God damn the phone. Sorry, people. Phones suck. People calling, blowing up phones. You know how it is, right? You know how it is. That being said, Luke, again, spoiler, Luke, we don't see Luke until the last 2 minutes of the movie, where Luke reveals himself when Rey finds him. Luke looks like he's seen some shit. I know that he vanished. We don't know for what. We don't know what happened to him. But he's got a full-on beard, raggedy hair. He's seen some shit. So, definitely gonna be interested to see in episode 8 what he does. That being said, let's move on to Empire. Oh, sorry, the First Order. The remnants of the Empire, in my opinion. So from what I've gathered from this is that I forget the guy, the character's name who runs the Empire portion. They have started to train stormtroopers from birth, almost. Not clones, but actual soldiers that they train. And the troopers look like they're better at their job now. I mean, granted, they killed a village, which wasn't really that hard to kill. But then that one guy who confronts Finn, and he whips out the little polearm thing. That's a different take on a stormtrooper. I like that. The TIE fighters themselves seem to be more of a threat. They're more efficient in killing. My gripe about the First Order in terms of their army impact, and I'll use one of the lovely gizmos. This needs to be on a milk carton. This is Captain Phasma, also known as what's her name? Gwendolyn something? The chick from Game of Thrones plays her. She makes a brief cameo, doesn't do anything badass in the entire movie at all, gets knocked out by Chewbacca, and is forced to help them. I give big negative points to Captain Phasma. You look so cool in your silver armor, rocking it out. I expected some badass shit to happen. And you are a bitch. Not literally, but like you just like did nothing. I'm hoping in episode 8 that Captain Phasma is still around and makes a much bigger impact in the movie. I want to see her really stand up and dominate. So, now to the traditional, if it's a Star Wars movie, it must have a super weapon. I forget what they call it in the movie, but to me, it's the new Death Star. But for some reason I have when I heard about it, it looked like to me the expanded universe, almost the Sun Crusher, in the way how it absorbs the sun's energy, charges up, and then just nukes shit. Let's talk about this weapon. It drains an entire sun into its weapon and it fires it out. It also doesn't have to rotate around a planet like they did for episode 4. It just can sit back and just nuke planets from outer space. Just not only and not notice why I said planets, not planet. Planets. This thing blows up 5 planets like that. Efficient, yes, but of course, as we always know, there's always a hole someplace for them to blow shit up. It gets annoying. Can somebody make a structure that doesn't have a weakness? Even if you go pew pew, it blows everything up. Come on now, Empire. Come on. Is that hard? It can't be that hard. But apparently it is. Tough. Droids. Of course we have, again I will use one of my other lovely toys, the ever new popular BB-8, rolling around doing his thing. He's bringing the comic relief. He's like what R2 was in the old movies. And he does have some very funny moments in the movie. I will give him credit for that. And speaking of R2, he is in the movie, doesn't do much in the movie. And we also see C-3PO back as well. So again, we got a little bit blast from the past with R2-D2 and C-3PO and BB-8 working together. So that's pretty cool. And they did a good job of bringing the old and the new. The moment when you see the Falcon for the first time, the moment when every characters will debut on screen, pretty great. And little tidbits, like you can see that JJ took some stuff from the past movies into this one. I liked it. Now, what else are we gonna see in the episode 8 and 9? Tough to say. I was hoping for an after credits scene just to give us a sneak taste, a little preview. Nothing. Disappointed. So let's sum it all up into one package. That is the pros of the movie. I like the movie from beginning to end. It was a good flow. It had good bits of the old, all summed up into one. Some of the scenes were quite funny, and again, the homage to the old things like bumping into the table to show the Zharg board and so forth. Cons. They're treading a thin line when it comes to their new characters. Like I said, Finn I think can hold his own. Finn I'm not sure if Finn's gonna replace like a Han type character, especially considering that Rey's like piloting the Falcon now. But Finn has the personality to be memorable. Right now, Rey doesn't. I'm sorry. Rey's your typical like boring Jedi right now. And I'm not saying this because I'm an Empire person, but there's nothing that Rey has done in the movie that really stands out in terms of personality. In terms of, yeah, she wields a lightsaber, and yeah, she beats the crap out of Kylo Ren. Which, oh, Khan, another Khan. This reminded me. Kylo Ren, Adam Driver. How does he get his ass beat so badly in that lightsaber battle? How? I don't get it. I just don't get it. I mean, he was like, yeah, he was injured from Chewie's bowcaster, maybe, and he was like popping himself, like beating himself up, you know. But I don't know. Kylo Ren needs to step it up too. I will say that he needs to step it up. He portrays the personality good as in like the little like the erratic villain. Like he hears bad news and he just like starts going on a rampage and break and shit. Like he's not the cold calculated villain. He's the erratic villain now. He's just no controls, and maybe Snoke might be able to control him, tighten the grip on him a little bit more. We will see. Speaking about the lightsaber battle, it's actually alright. It's not as flashy as episode 2 and 3, which I think was good. I think it was too flashy and took away from the movie. Episode 1, I'm not going to credit episode 1 because Darth Maul and Qui-Gon Jinn had an epic fight. 2 and 3 was too theatrical, in my opinion. This one was more down to earth. And I believe they even said that they were going to cut down on CGIs and stuff, which in a way it feels like this doesn't feel like there's too much, yeah, Star Wars and everything, but nothing's too CGI in the people themselves. So, back to my comments about the characters. Finn, yay. Rey, she needs work. Poe, again, Poe needs to do something as well to really stand out. Because once he gets into a ship, yeah, he's badass. But outside of the ship, he's just a pilot. Kylo Ren, I'm gonna give Kylo Ren this to an up. And the reason why I say that is because I like his personality. I like how erratic he is. I like how wild he is. I like you can see him really going off the hinges and how he acts, and maybe Snoke might like dull him down a bit, but when he gets some more power, I think he'll be a good force to reckon with. And I'm hoping that when him and Rey, which is gonna have to be him and Rey, eventually clash, maybe him and Luke, who knows, clash, that Rey has stepped up her game in terms of personality and being memorable. So, again, Star Wars The Force Awakens, Episode 7, great movie, one of the best. It is a lot of fun. I suggest everybody goes to watch this movie. If you haven't yet, well, if you haven't yet, then I'm sorry, I just fucked up a lot of the movie for you just now. GG. But I'm hoping you have. So everything I did say makes sense to you. Because if not, again, I'm sorry. That being said, hope to see you guys on my next video. I'm not sure what it'll be. Maybe another loot crate, maybe gameplay video, maybe my Twitch. Again, like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. It helps. I love the support from anybody. And thank you guys for watching. And may the Force be with you.